Gentlemen, it's my pleasure to invite up on stage Mr. Kris Senanu. Could I get some help to put this podium back up? Thank you. As that is happening, I just want to recognize some of the people who've joined us since we started this morning. Karibuni, as they say in Kenya, feel welcomed. You're one of us. A reminder that we do have a hashtag that you can use today, which is Big Baraza 2022. I see Sam Gishuru here. A lot of people have spoken about online learning, and I think you've done an excellent job with Kidato. So if you have not heard of Kidato School, please take a moment to see Sam Gishuru when you have a chance. Kris Senanu, are you all set?
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Thanks, Angie. Good afternoon. You see, this is the problem with speaking before lunch. I'm literally standing in between your lunch and happiness, so I shall make it snappy. Good afternoon once again. Thank you. I love the enthusiasm. Kris is my name, as has been said, and I'm very, very, very passionate about SMEs and the entrepreneurial ecosystem. I stand before you this afternoon as the Chief Enterprise Business Officer of Safaricom, and I've got 17 pages to go through, but I promise you I will have the panel over here did half of the job together with, I like to call him Uncle James in the morning from the SME, team. So I'm not going to give you any of the boring stats that I had originally. I want to say 5 things. One, this has been really fantastic this morning. The one thing that comes out very clearly is that collaboration and cooperation amongst the teams is very important. Myself and James, we've been sitting on panels. This year, I think this is the 3rd panel we've sat on. And what I want to assure people in this room is that Safaricom is 100% committed to enabling SMEs and enabling these type of conferences. And the simple reason behind that is that we as Safaricom recognize the fact that a lot of our revenue and a lot of our growth comes from SMEs. So please give yourselves a hand and give Safaricom also a hand, because we are going to be over here continuing to sponsor and to enable. And how do we expect to do that? You see these the rastas and the tattoo people that we've been told about. We've been over the years. Some of them are very, very, very good. They are extremely decent, and they can help you in your businesses. So we're promoting them by also helping to enable some of our partners train them. Number 2, which is also a critical thing, about 10, 11 years ago, Shiko, when the hub started, the iHub, 12 years exactly, 2010. And one of the things that Safaricom has been doing and continues to do is that right from the start of the beginning of hubs within the country, we were one of the first to sometimes zero-rate internet connectivity to these hubs for the first 3 to 6 months so that they can start working and give young people the much-needed connectivity for them to be able to work, but also giving them discounted connectivity. Because ultimately, most of these creations are being done on the internet. But just to touch on another aspect which we are very strong on, which is important. We've heard of a few people and businesses who've lost money, specifically when they are working with non-authorized, non-regulated PSP type platforms. I think the key thing over there is that nobody in East and Central Africa, or I can even stand here and boast that nobody in Africa, maybe apart from South Africa, has better cyber security systems than Safaricom. We're doing over 1.3 million M-Pesa transactions in about half a day. 1.3 billion shillings is what passes through our system per month. And so we've got the most sophisticated cyber security center. Why am I talking about that here? because it's important to know that we're also extending some of this in terms of training to other people in the cybersecurity arena, because we recognize the fact that it's an ecosystem. If you start up your business and unfortunately you get hacked, it brings down your confidence in mobile money payments, and it also affects us. So we're doing a lot in the cybersecurity system. And the reason I think that's important is that you can protect yourself, like Mercy said, and some of these tattooed people and Rasta people are actually the best people to help you protect yourself. So embrace them. Number 4, M-Pesa. M-Pesa, our first 10, 12 years was about person-to-person payments. But if you've noticed, over the last 3 to 5 years, we've upped the ante, we've changed the rhythm. A lot of what we are doing with M-Pesa is actually enabling businesses, enabling B2B payments, enabling C2B payments, and also enabling C2G, that's customer to government payments. We're doing a lot in terms of government digitization, and the reason we're doing that is that we recognize the fact that SMEs have to engage inter-business and also with the government. For example, one of the things that we have done, we do have an SME platform, a hub. We're calling it a digital hub. And the idea there is to have organizations and companies like Sandbox, Meta, and all the other Meta-type companies all plug in onto this digital hub. Why? Because also SMEs don't have time. You want to be able to go to one place and conveniently be able to navigate into all of these systems. And so we are also enabling that. But back to M-Pesa. M-Pesa is an ecosystem. On one hand, you kind of have to look at it that we have a marketplace. We have 30 million users of M-Pesa. And so those are your customers, your potential customers. So what we're doing with the M-Pesa super app is that we're enabling you, if your business qualifies, to put a mini app on our M-Pesa super app. Because right over there, it gets exposure to 30 million potential users. So not only are we giving you the side of collecting, financial inclusion for your business, being able to pay and to collect, but we're also giving you the other side on the mini app, which is a new thing that we started this year. And I would like to encourage people in here to do so. Of course, last but not the least, quite a number of the organizations here today, Popote, iPay, Zemo, are being supported by ourselves in terms of integration to our platform. We are very committed to enabling these businesses. Why? Because those are the partners that are going to help you and enable you as a business to be able to do more in terms of e-commerce and m-commerce. Last but not the least, I want to comment on who talked about Elon Musk's. How's Yushiko? Yes, Elon Musk is bringing his satellites all over Africa. But I want you to know, Shiko, that's really good for what used to be called, I think, NFD, the Northern Frontier District, where there's no fiber, because Facebook and other entities like ourselves are doing what we have to do to bring down the cost of connectivity. So, yes, if you are in those areas and there's no good fixed wireless or fiber, you can go for that. And all are welcome. Competition is great. What can I say? It's almost lunchtime. I just want to give you the commitment of Safaricom that for the medium-sized enterprises, the other thing that we're doing is also digitization, consultancy, and advisory. Why? Because a lot of organizations do want to go digital, but they do not want to start. They don't know where to start. And we do have partners also who we are able to sponsor, so we pay them to come and sit with you and to help you walk through this digitization journey. So that's something else that Safaricom is doing, and some of you might want to take up that offer and talk to our team. We have quite a number of my members of team over here today who are able to assist you. So thank you and enjoy the lunch.
All right, thank you, Kris. Thank you, Kris. We have a gift for you, so please. Come back and take a photo with Kris as he carries the gift that we have for him. Unfortunately, Kris has made a remark about lunch that it's not true. You're not yet ready for lunch. But thank you so much for your remarks. What you don't know about Kris Senanu as well is if you ever partied in town or somewhere on Thika Road, he was probably responsible for your partying. Nimesema ukweli ama uongo? Nimesema ukweli.